Alright, so we're going to have a little bit of a play with the 24s here. Did some work to them, trying to change it up a little bit here. Let's see if what I did something better or something worse. Alright, so we have the 3D truck. We have the Hobby Plus CR24 or whatever. And then we have the Axial SCX24. We know this one's a badass. We know this one's a badass. This one is still very much untested. And what we have here, we have a couple little obstacle things set up here. We have 46, 47 degrees. I think it's 47. I'll put a picture in here with the actual degree. This is the ramp here, so we're going to kind of see who can hold on it and who can't, because it seems to be the pretty close to the max on most of these trucks. I want to see that, and then we'll set up some tires here off the barrage since it's out of commission right now, and we'll see what kind of flex we're getting with the shocks that we changed out. So let me get it set up here, and we'll get right to it. Okay, so the first one here is the SCX24, and I have to say this is not stock anymore, and I recently went back to the shorter shocks. These are the hot racing shocks that I originally had on the 3D truck, which did really well over there, but I'm just trying new stuff. So I like the stance that it gives it. The body's even closer to the tires, which I'm not so concerned about the tire rub. I'm trying to get the center of gravity down further without having to go too crazy on moving a lot of the setup on the inside. So I'd prefer not to do that. And as you can see, there's not really a lot to this truck. I've done some modifications on the steering there that helps keep it nice and tight. If you stick those little O-rings in there, it keeps the rack and stuff nice and tight. Okay, so I got the truck turned on right now. Let me turn this off so I don't blind everybody here. We still have the AS1 servo in there. I have not changed this one out yet. It actually does okay. I do have the RGT motor in here, the 050 that I like. There you can see it right there. Those are really good motors, by the way. Got the stock ESC in there, and I have the battery mounted to the top of the body there. Okay, moving on to the Hobby Plus CR24. It's pretty much your typical build. I built this one pretty much straight how they come. I put the old, I think it's a old 2S pack or whatever that came out of this one. Got that one in there. It's a 350 milliamp. It should be fine for right now. I have one of these cheaper ESCs that I got from AliExpress. These are like $4 or $3 or whatever, and they work great. Comes with a switch here. I have my Dumbo RC, a receiver on there, and this comes with the, I believe that's the Charisma 30 motor, something similar to that. It doesn't have any markings on there, but I believe that's the size that is a 30. And I'll run that, of course, on my Dumbo RC. This one here has a Tower Plus micro servo. It's like a, what is that, 9-gram servo. This is just one that I took out of another one that's, you know, this is like a stock servo out of like an RGT or something. So if we're going to try that out, so far it seems to be doing pretty good on the lightweight setups. It does okay, but as you can see, there's the only thing I don't like about this one is the slop. As you can see, there's quite a bit of slop on that. I do not like that at all. That's going to be tightened up eventually. I haven't even done any work on it, to be honest with you, so eventually we're going to be checking that out and fixing it up. So let's move on to the 3D printed. So we have, last but certainly not least, the 3D printed truck. I call this the 3D printed truck because the chassis and everything is my own design. The panels and stuff are pretty much my own design. I took some others and I refitted them or whatever. I don't remember. It's been so long. And as you can see, I've made a couple mistakes and stuff in here, but the good thing about being 3D printed is you can either melt it back together, create a new piece, or just glue it. Whatever, it's fine. This is a plate from a 24, I do believe. So are the axles and the links and the axles themselves. These tires are the Thornbird or Thornwild or whatever those things are called, Thornbirds, I do believe. They're decent tires, but I mean, they're mainly for like an outdoor setup, which I don't really run this one outdoors, so it's kind of not really a good rig for it. It's got the Emax servo on the front. I actually fitted that one in. That was one of the first ones that I did. I got the, I believe that is just a Endura ESC, which is basically a rebranded RGT or Hobby Plus or whatever you want to say there. This one has a Dynamite, I think it's an 88 turn down in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. You can barely see it. It's got an 88 turn. So that's basically what these come with stock. I installed a light bar on here. I really like the look of the light bar. My switch keeps coming off, so I kind of just got it, you know, kind of rigged up there for right now. It's just kind of put on over the screw. Eventually, I'm going to find a better place for it, a better home, but for right now, it is what it is. So I put the regular shocks back on here, and as you can tell, I've moved shock location. I've moved down 2 whole holes. It gives it a little more roll, and it looks like it gives it a little more flex. So we're going to check that out, kind of see what it does. This thing is already awesome, so we're just going to see what it does here. So let's get right to it. Let's start with the incline first, and then we'll do some flexing. Okay, so the first one here is obviously the 24. So let's go ahead and get the incline started on him. See what it can do. Okay, so it did get up. It does start to slide a little bit, as you can tell. This is just the bad tires that I got on there. Those are just like stock tires, so I like the look of them, but they really don't do a whole lot of justice here. So, okay, so that's on 47 degrees. We're going to switch over to the Hobby Plus CR24. Okay, here goes the CR24. It is one of those jumpy rigs. See if we can get it kind of smooth. Okay, she got up at 2, and those little tires I'm not a huge fan of just because of the size, but they actually hold better than those tires. So again, 47 degrees, holding just fine. As you can see, the front end looks like it's tilting up pretty good. The weight isn't quite as balanced on this truck, but doing good so far. Now comes the bad boy that everybody always asks me about. This is the remote that I use for it. Just a cheapo Endura whatever remote. Here's the truck, and I gotta show you the light bar. I know it's gonna be bright, so bam. I mean, that's kick-ass. So let's check it out here. Oh yeah, so we're gonna do this kind of in the dark. Just want to see what it can do. As you can see, why this truck is the best that I have. I mean, look at that, guys. There's tires I'm not a fan of, but you know, whatever. Okay, we're gonna run this one in the dark. Got your light bar, and we're just gonna see if we can get the 47 degrees. I already know it can, but I just want to show it off. Look how slow, guys. Check it out. Let me get the lights on. Now, as you can see, it is just holding there. That's what this truck does. It's amazing. The way that this is built, I mean, it holds well, it climbs well, it runs over obstacles well, it does everything just very well. So, love seeing this. But again, I don't do much to this truck because there's not a lot to be done to it, in my opinion. It's pretty balanced right now. I really like it. So we're going to move on to some tires here and kind of get some flex going on, and we'll start with him since we've already got him powered up. So we're going to try the tire setup something like that. I just want to see how the flex is going to be, and we'll just kind of test out each one to see where they're at. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. So you can see the back wheels are still on the ground. In the front here, you can see the flex. Look at the driver's side versus the passenger side. So I'm getting full compression on the spring, and I'm also getting full travel. So that's perfect. That's what I want to see. Now, the other thing that I want to see is I want to make sure that the truck isn't going to flip over coming over this obstacle. So let's check it out. See if we can do it without rolling. Oh, okay. So that one rolled. So that might be a bad spot on it, or it just could be the height and everything on the tires. It just might be too much for the truck. I don't know. Let's check out the other ones. Okay, so we'll just continue in reverse order here. We'll go with the CR24. Again, we're looking for the same thing here. Okay. Let's see where we're at there. So we still got some compression to go on this side over here. We're not getting full compression, but it looks like the travel over here is full. So let's see if we can bring it up without making it fall. Oh, okay. So that one still has some work to do to it, like I had thought from original plans. Let me show you why I've been saying that for so long. Since I haven't really done much with the truck, I might as well just show you what the issues are. So you see the whole rack and everything moving on that, the axle and everything. That's just the design of it. Now I got a little bit of slop back here on this stud, but I can take that out. The rest of that is up here in the front. It's just a lot of play. And see how it moves around, bounces all over the place, and just, that's going to get fixed eventually. But, it's a work in progress until then. So it does climb pretty decent even for the way it's set up right now. So it does pretty good. So, I've just kind of left it in the rotation right now while I try to figure it out. The Barrage is the one that I'm really focused on right now. So these have been kind of set to the side for a little bit because the Barrage is my favorite little one that's set up similar to this. Okay, so we'll move on to the last one here and see how it does. Okay, so we're down to the SCX24. So this is a little badass as well, so let's just show you what it can do. That right there I love. I just like doing it all the time. See how the bumper kind of gets in the way, so what you got to do there is you got to kind of come in at an angle, trick it a little bit to get it to come up. Now, already we're seeing the back end come up. So that's not really what I wanted to see, but it could just be the approach that I had to come in on it. So see if we can get it to settle down. No, it really doesn't want to settle down. So, yep. That one is definitely going to be one that I've got to figure out, because this one doesn't have a lot on it, and it still doesn't perform like some of the others. I mean, the flex and everything is not the same. But then again, I just put these Hot Racings on there too, and it looks like they have the hard springs on there. I do have some other springs around here somewhere. Let me see. Here we go. I think these are hard, those are hard, those are hard. I think the black ones are the ones that are the ones that are soft or whatever, but I don't know where I put them right now. I'm sure it could be up here in this mess here. This is all my 24 scale stuff. So I'm sure it's up there somewhere. I'll have to find them, and we're going to check that out next, because that might be the next tuning option on this one here to kind of get it down, because I like the squat, I like the height of the shocks, so we're going to try to keep those on there. I just got to do some tuning on it to see what I can get to make it do better. And so as you can see, out of all three of these trucks, this one here wins hands down. It climbs better, it flexes better, and it's a 3D printed. I mean, it's just a badass. Seriously, that's just why I call it a badass. I love this truck. And then over here, I do have a couple other builds going on there. That's going to be an 18th scale whenever I decide to finish it. This is my Barrage. It's going through quite a bit of makeovers, trial and error kind of thing. This is my outdoor one. Here's some of the shocks that I was telling you about, some of the springs and everything. But I've got to get some different ball ends for that one, and as well as this one, because the ball ends on this one, I lost 2 of them, and the other ones don't fit with the newer shocks. So this one's going to have the red shocks on it. This is my four-wheel steer, and this one performs amazingly too. I wish I had it ready to rock and roll, but you know, I don't have the studs for it, so it's just going to have to wait. And that is a look of the 124 scale. Great, fantastic setup on a lot of these here. I've still got some work to do on some of them, but my collection is awesome. So I'm gonna have to get it a little more out on the track and stuff like that, but I wanted to kind of show off a little bit about what each one can do, so you know the differences when I talk about them. So I've had a lot of questions here recently on Instagram. I recently did a live and stuff and had some people send me some questions, so I figured I better do this video, kind of show it off. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna be doing more with this, so stay tuned to the next one.
Break it down.